Yeah, that's right. He wants the temple like merged in with it. What's the longest tattoo you've ever had somebody sit for?
About 8 hours.
Man. Can you believe we've only been working for an hour?
Really?
It's only 7:18.
That's good time.
Mine work went really fast. But it's really good. Because, you know, you've got some people, like some artists, that they'll flash through the line work and it's just not straight and everything. Like, I've watched too much Ink Master.
Yeah, you're on the bullshit, huh?
And he was saying if you think it would be best to leave the dude with the temple or he'd like to change it out to that one.
That dude, but the other temple?
But God bless it, stop it. Instead of that dude with the temple, the other one.
Okay, so the temple and then
that
that dude. Okay. I'm gonna have you do is send all those to me.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna work on it and get the design together.
Okay.
And then I'll give you an after call like that.
Okay. Bad part about having a big phone. That little hand. Yeah, because he's itching for new ink too. It's driving him insane that I'm getting one. I was like, well, get over it. Redness is kind of going down already.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
Well, the shading doesn't even really hurt. It's where you're placing your hand. by the elbow a little bit, but not bad.
Isn't that bad?
No, that's not bad. The best part too is I don't have to hide it from my job while it's healing. Like I wore those Magellan fish shirts. They still hurt touching it though.
They what? Oh, it hurts when they touch it?
Yeah, whenever I got my shoulder cap, I still had to cover it for work. So I wore those Magellan fishing shirts because they covered it just enough they gave it breathing room.
Yeah.
But it still hurt. And then my boss, like, I got a good sale one day, and he put his hand on my shoulder, and I just dropped. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Good, good.
I'm alright.
What really happens if you slap a tattoo? Like, I've always heard not to do it, but nobody's explained why.
It won't. It doesn't do anything. It's just gonna hurt like hell. It won't affect the tattoo though.
Okay.
I mean, as long as you're not slapping to, draw blood or nothing.
Yeah, you're not slapping the mortal part out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hurts by the elbow. Or it feels like it's by the elbow.
It's in the vicinity.
You could get so tired of me coming in your shop. Have you ever watched Harry Potter or read the books or anything?
I mean, I've seen some of them, but not. I couldn't tell you like what part it was or anything like that.
Gotcha. There's this thing that says, so like, you know how Voldemort doesn't have a nose?
Voldemort doesn't. What's his name?
The villain, Voldemort.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the.
So it says James, which was Harry's dad, faced Voldemort without a wand, right? What if he got one punch in before he died? What if James punched Voldemort's nose off? Yeah, that one hurts. definitely not as bad.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see whenever we get to those lips.
we're on the third flower.
Hmm?
We're on the third little flower down here. So
I don't know.
we're moving along.
Even on vacation, she's posting pictures.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, because I followed the shop Instagram. Yes, we are well open. Well, walk-in, welcome. How does that numbing cream even work? Like, is it just like lidocaine, I guess?
It's like, pretty much lidocaine, yeah. It's got some other stuff in it, but that's the main ingredient.
Gotcha. Oh, that one hurts.
So I would think this one wouldn't hurt that bad. Look there on the shoulder.
Yeah, that right there.
So,
Like that first initial stick on that part. Looks like the redness has gone down a decent amount on the spots that hasn't been shaded yet. Unless my eyes are playing tricks on me.
no, it's gonna get hard.
Unless it's like where it's right in the middle. Oh no, I'm bleeding pretty decent. Yeah, like the shading hurts right in the middle.
Oh, in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
I'm only ready for another break.
You do what?
I'm only ready for another break.
do a little bit more and then get like that middle done. Yeah, I'm bleeding pretty good with this tattoo.
Yeah.
Does it ever worry you at times with tattooing with the blood?
No, as long as it's not a whole bunch of blood, like, because I've had people bleed, like, especially people that are drinking, and they'll come in for a tattoo,
Yep.
and it's bleeding so much that the ink's not even staying in there, like the blood's pushing it right out.
Gotcha.
That's why people say, don't
Yeah,
drink
mine's staying right.
yeah, oh yeah, you're not bleeding, no, nothing like it's like excessive amount, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I've had it happen.
Yeah, my uncle, he was always terrified of needles, right? But he loved Superman. So whenever he got drunk one time, he went to go get a Superman tattoo. Got the outline done, that was about it. And then he sobered up real quick. He was like, nope, I'm good. He just walked around with an outline.
Yeah, hell with that. I mean, you definitely got to be mentally prepared for it.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, they are like a minor operation.
It's like somebody asked me why I get tattoos and stuff. They're like, don't you know your body's a temple? I said, well, mine has stained glass. They just kind of looked at me. I said, don't churches and temples have stained glass? Well, yeah.
Like, well, my temple's cooler than yours.
Exactly. Mine's got stained glass. Yeah, I tried to make sure that I didn't drink anything past 24 hours or any ibuprofen or anything because of thin blood, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little. Look then.
Now it's starting to feel like watercolor. Yeah, I'm good as long as it's holding color decent.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Had to unstick from the thing. Have you ever had to call an ambulance for somebody?
No.
No? Have anybody passed out on you?
Huh? I mean, it's usually just what it is they just need to be some sugar or just hydrate. Give them something to drink, and then they're fine.
Gotcha.
But what it does is it's zapping the energy out of them,
Yeah, true.
and they get real weak. And a lot of times it's just worked up from in the mind. You know, you worked yourself up so much.
Yeah, you've seen how anxious I was coming in, and I was just...
Yeah, and then, after you actually start getting it, it's like,
It's like the first initial. I know before I got my first one, I was terrified I was going to, like, jump or move whenever she started. So she done it. It was the one on my wrist right here. She done, like, a small pass without any ink, and I was like, that's it. She's like, that's it. I was like, all right, let's do this shit. Been hooked ever since. Clearly. I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, that's a lot of blood. It's really not.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that don't bleed at all, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah, I don't think with my watercolor I really bled. The shoulder cap I bled a little bit, but not bad.
Yeah, some people don't bleed at all. It just depends.
I think the biggest thing I was worried about before I got it was what people were going to say, and then I just realized, you know what? Fuck it.
Most people, as long as it's I mean, it can be anything. I mean, literally, as long as it's nice work, believe it or not, people are like, just overlook shit. Like, it's
Very true. I know my mother-in-law's probably going to say something. I don't even see why she's against them. Dad's probably going to say, that's a big tattoo. Yeah.
It's just old school.
I even told him, I'm like, Dad, you got 2 tattoos. Well, I don't want any more. And I've got like a really religious great aunt on my dad's side that she seen my paw prints. You're going to hell. Oh, well. She looked at me. She's like, what do you mean, oh, well? I said, oh, well. I was like 18 at the time. No, 19. That's whenever I got my paw prints. I was 19. But yet, my husband's grandmother, she thinks they're cool.
Really?
Yeah, it's that center that just really hurts. Like whenever you were at the bottom of my arm, it's fine. Not bad, only 744.
744? Good timing, good timing.
Yeah. After this pass, you want to take a break? Take a smoke break. It's crazy how nerves and stuff work too, because while you're doing that portion, I can feel it in my thumb.
Yeah, that's definitely nerves. That is funny on nerves. It's crazy.
What's the weirdest tattoo you've ever done?
This old man, I'll never forget. This old man, when I first started tattooing, wanted a T-Rex, but in a dick. Yeah, imagine that. So, And this old, crazy looking man, too, comes in, drops his pants. He's wearing some fucking leopard skin tight fucking underwear. And he's like, wham, I want it right here, fucking like a dickhead, but I want it to have the body, and I want the body to be like a dick, nuts. And then it's like, what the fuck? I was just taking it all in. So I sat there.
Tell me you did it, though.
I drew it, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I sat there and drew it, and fucking, we got it on him.
Damn.
That was the most interesting. I'll never forget that.
That had to have been hilarious to see. What's the coolest tattoo you've done?
Portraits.
Aside from...
Portraits. I love doing portraits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, portraits of Malcolm X.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen you done Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie. Those were cool, but they were tattoos on top of tattoos. The Freddie and the Chucky and the... Yeah, they were all tattoos on top of tattoos, so you really...
They were cover-ups, really.
Interfered with the tattoo, yeah.
Rather than just a blank canvas.
Yeah.
I can't get over that now.
It's fucking hilarious.
What made you get into tattooing? Sorry, I'm just asking you a million questions.
That's all good. I was actually going to school to get my airplane license, my AMC mechanic license, and I was sitting in class drawing on my damn book, right? And a guy was sitting there, and he was like, "Hey, man, I got a friend who owns a tattoo shop. You like drawing? Go see him. He'll give you a job tattooing." And of course, he was just the dude that I went to see that owned the shop was just a retired drug dealer. Like, he had no idea. He was just laundering his money, right? I didn't know this at the time, but come to find out later. So he didn't give a shit. Like, come on in. Yeah, you got your stuff? No, I do have my stuff. He said, come on in. And I tattooed, but like out of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was in there. I was in the shop. Next thing you know, I was taking customers and just went from there, man. It was pretty crazy.
Huh. Hey, sometimes it comes out of the blue. My job offer came out of the blue. Like, I was applying for different jobs where I graduated, but I seen the company name, but it never clicked on it. They contacted me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They emailed me asking if, like, we could talk on the phone and everything, see if I wanted to come work for them. I was like, all right, we'll see. I feel that in the middle of my life. And talked on the phone for like an hour while I was at my current job at the time. And I talked to them on my lunch break, and they were like, well, how soon could you do a virtual interview? I was like, well, I don't go into work tomorrow until 12. I could do it like 10 o'clock. I was like, okay. Done the virtual interview. Thought it felt really good, and I asked them, how long until I know? They're like, oh, probably like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, I fucked up. I fucked up somewhere.
Yeah.
And I got to work, was at work for like half an hour, got a phone call with a job offer with better pay than they originally offered than what was originally discussed, plus a sign-on bonus and everything. I was like, hell yeah, I'll put in my 2 weeks today. Because I told them in the interview, I said, you hire me today, I'll put my 2 weeks in today.
You're done with that?
And they were like, we want you on. Yes, a million times yes. I texted my friend Jordan. I'm like, hey, can you write up my 2 weeks?
Wow.
I turned it in an hour later.
Well, you know, if it's a better thing for you, you know, you gotta...
Well, my boss knew it was coming to where I graduated.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So it was just, he was very happy for me and everything. I felt bad leaving, but I need time for stuff.
Smoke break.